we will be reading a Christmas story called How the Grinch Stole Christmas. The author is Dr. Seuss. Enjoy! In our story, the people are called Whos. They live in a town called Whoville. Just north of Whoville in the mountains lived the Grinch. Every Who down in Whoville liked Christmas a lot, but the Grinch, he did not. The decorations, I hate them. And the trees, ugh, I hate them. Even the stockings, they're gross, I hate them. Everything Christmas, I hate it. Now, why did he hate Christmas? Please don't ask why. It could be his head wasn't screwed on just right. It could be, perhaps, that his shoes were too tight. But I think that the most likely reason of all may have been that his heart was 2 sizes too small. The Whos were busy all decorating their trees and their houses, putting up lights in their stockings, getting ready for Christmas. Tomorrow is Christmas. It's practically here. I must find some way to stop Christmas from coming. For tomorrow, he knew, all the Who girls and boys would wake bright and early. They'd rush for their toys, and then, oh, the noise. The noise. Then the Whos young and old would sit down for a feast. They'd feast on Who pudding and rare Who roast beast, and they'd feast, and they'd feast, and they'd feast, and they'd feast. They'd feast, and they'd feast, and they'd feast, and they'd feast, and they'd feast. And then they'd do something he least liked of all. Every Who down in Whoville, the tall and the small, would stand close together with Christmas bells ringing. They'd stand hand in hand, and the Whos would start singing. They'd sing, and they'd sing, and they'd sing. They'd hold their little hands, and they'd ring their bells, and they would sing. Ugh, I must stop this whole thing. For 53 years, I've put up with it now. I must stop this Christmas from coming. Oh, I have an idea. The Grinch came up with a mean, most awful idea. I know just what to do. I'll sew this old hat. What a great Grinchy trick. With this coat and this hat, I look just like Saint Nick. All I need is a reindeer. But since reindeer are scarce, there were none to be found. Did that stop the Grinch? Oh, no. If I can't find a reindeer, I'll make one instead. So he called his dog Max. Then he took some red thread and he tied a big horn on the top of his head. Then he loaded some bags and some empty old sacks on a ramshackle sleigh, and he hitched up old Max. Get up! And the sleigh started down toward the homes where the Whos lay a snooze in their town. All their windows were dark. Quiet snow filled the air. All the Whos were dreaming sweet dreams without care. When he came to the first little house on the square, "This is stop number 1. And he climbed to the roof, empty bags in his fist. Then he slid down the chimney, a rather tight pinch. But if Santa could do it, then so could the Grinch. He got stuck only once, for a moment or two. Then he stuck his head out of the fireplace flue, where the little Who stockings all hung in a row. "Oh, these stockings are the first to go." Then he slithered and slunk with a smile most unpleasant around the whole room, and he took every present. Pop guns and bicycles, roller skates and drums, checkerboards, tricycles, popcorn and plums. Then he slunk to the icebox. He took the Who's feast. He took the Who pudding. He took the roast beast. Then he stuffed everything up the chimney with glee. "And now," grinned the Grinch, "I'll stuff up the tree." "But Santa Claus, why are you taking the tree? Why?" "Oh, sweet little tot, there's a light on this tree that won't light, so I'm taking it to my workshop. I'll fix it and bring it back." "Good night." "Okay." "I have to make sure everything for Christmas is gone." Then he did the same thing to the other Who's houses, leaving just crumbs, much too small for the other Who's mouses. It was 1/4 dawn, all the Who's still abed, all the Who's still a snooze when he packed up his sled, packed it up with their presents, the ribbons, the wrappings. 3,000 feet up the side of Mount Crumpet, he rode with his load to the tip top to dump it. "Pooh, pooh to the Who's. They're finding out now that no Christmas is coming. They're just waking up, and I know just what they'll do. The Who's down in Whoville will all cry, boo, hoo, hoo. I simply must hear it." Wait. No. No. They're singing. They're happy? What? Did the Grinch stop Christmas? He did not. Did everybody need presents? No. Did they need lots and lots of food to eat and eat? No, they did not. But family and friends and being together with the people you love, that's what Christmas is about. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe Christmas is not about gifts. It's not about lots of food. Christmas is about being together with the people you care about. Oh, my heart just grew. Oh, I must take my sleigh down to Whoville. Come on, Max. Everybody, here's your presents back. It's time to enjoy our feast. Let's set the table with the food and eat and eat. From that day on, the Grinch enjoyed his Christmases.